Hi there Monster Gamers, and welcome to this Creativerse tutorial. And today I'm going to show you a pretty cool thing that you can do with ArcSigns. It's a multiple menu system. As you can see here, I have a main menu with numbers corresponding to different sub-menus. So if I press, let's say, number 4, press enter, the menu changes to information menu 4, I love golf, 4, yeah, don't we all? Let's try number 5, changes to menu number 5, give me a high 5. Let's go back to number 1, to our main menu. So this is absolutely excellent way for getting quite a lot of information in a fairly small area. Really useful indeed. How do we set it up? Well, it's not that complex. I'll just uncover the wiring a moment just to show you. Okay, so for this one here I have 5 menus, the main menu and 4 sub menus. So I have 5 ArcSigns and 5 corresponding number comparison gates, all connected through to this number pad, which then tells us which ArcSign to show at any one time. So if we go for information menu number 4 again, it switches off the other ArcSign, switches on number 4, and that's the menu you see. So it's a fairly straightforward system. You do need a bit of knowledge regarding formatting the text on ArcSigns and how to move the position of the text on ArcSigns a little bit, but that's fairly easy to find out. A quick Google of that and it should bring up a list of the formatting options you can use with ArcSigns. So what do we need to build this? Okay, 1 number pad, 5 number comparison gates, 5 ArcSigns, and a block of your choice to actually display the menu against. Obviously the number of ArcSigns and number of number comparison gates that you have depend on the number of sub-menus that you're going to use in your system. In this case we have 1 main menu and 4 sub-menus. With regards to the block, I mean, I've used asphalt here, which I think looks great against as a backdrop for menus. It shows up the colors really well and it's really clear for the text. So let's just quickly build something. Okay, that should do us. We'll pop a block down there and put our number pad on that. Now what I would normally do, as I've done here, is build it out of sight under the surface. Alternatively to laying it this way, you could actually lay them one on top of another, but you'd have to, so it uses less space horizontally, but you have to dig down vertically a bit further to actually do it, and the options you use for formatting the position of the text would be slightly different. In this case I'll put them down on the surface. So we lay down our ArcSigns. Let's just switch them all off at the moment. Pop a number comparison gate down by the side of each one. Get our wiring tool out. So initially what we do is we'll wire number comparison gate to its corresponding ArcSign. We don't wire any of these together. In essence, they're 5 individual ArcSigns, but you're just using a clever bit of wiring to display one at each given time. Again, I'll just go through and just switch these signs off because they've automatically switched on as I wired them. The number pad gets wired again individually to each number comparison gate. Quick way to do this, if you want to wire multiple things one after the other, is press shift and the wiring tool will stay active. So wire to that one, that one, that one, 4, 5. And the final piece of wiring or settings that we need to do, I guess, if you go into each individual number pad, this is the first ArcSign, so change that to value. Put that as number 1. Next one, number 2, save. Next one, no surprises, turn it to value and put it as number 3. Value 4. And finally, change the value and menu number 5. Now that you've done that, whichever number you put into this pad, it will bring up, well, it will switch on the corresponding ArcSign. So the final thing we need to do now is actually format the signs and make them look a bit more interesting and make sure they all display on this actual asphalt backdrop, because at the moment they just display exactly where they are. So this is where you'll need a little bit of knowledge regarding the formatting of text in ArcSigns. So let's go into our first one. So if we change nothing at all and just write main menu, let's just switch that one on. That's what we get. It doesn't sit against the backdrop of the asphalt, and it's too low, so we need to do some formatting. Now, instead of me writing loads and loads of text, what I'm going to do is just copy Control-C and paste from my original ArcSign straight over to these ones, and we'll just go with that. So Control-V, that's put it all in. Now at the moment, because I buried the other ones underground, this one here, offset, designates the height of the actual menu. So this is going to be too high and it will probably appear above our wall there, but we'll have a quick look. So we'll just switch that on, and as you can see, it's way too high. Now if you'd buried these underground by 2 blocks like I've done there, then that would appear as it does there, around about here, which would be just about right. But at the moment, for the benefit of you guys, what I'll do is just change that to 1. That should do it. Now the other settings here, Z offset will either move it forwards or backwards, depending on whether you have a minus in front of the number or not. So what I've done is I've moved the sign back by 0.5 point. I've increased its size to 3 times the normal. I've changed the color to blue, and that's to actually say the main menu bit. And then what I've done then for the rest of the submenus is I changed the size back to 1 and the color back to white. So if we press save on that, switch that one on, we can see our menu now sits nicely against the backdrop. So what I'll do now is go through and just quickly Control-C, copy that, bring it over to our next sign. Again, similar formatting commands on this one, but now because this one is 1 further away from the wall, we've offset it to -1.5 because it needs to go back 1 further, obviously. We'll decrease the height to just 1, but the rest of it will leave the same. So if we now switch that one off and leave that one on, you can see it sits nicely against the backdrop, and then we'll just quickly, that blocks in the way, go through and do that with the rest of our signs. Paste. That one's been set to -2.5 again because it's 1 more forward than the others. We'll change the offset to 1. I'll just turn all these signs off for now. Can't remember which one we done then. That was number 3, wasn't it? I guess we'll find out. So this one's number 4. Obviously you can put whatever text you wanted to on this. Whatever it is you need to get across to people. And the final menu, again we'll just bring it down to 1, and the final one is offset. Z offset is -4.5 because it's even further away from the wall we need it to display it against. So now if we put menu 1 up, which should be our main menu, and that sits nicely against there, and we'll test it. Number 2, Yep, change the menu too. Number 3, check. Number 4, spot on. And number 5, beautiful. And we'll return it back to menu 1 for people to see the whole menu system when they arrive. And that really is it. Fairly straightforward. Need a bit of knowledge with regards to formatting ArcSigns, but easy to set up once you've had a bit of practice with that. Very useful system indeed. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial and found it useful. If you did, please press the like button. Please subscribe for more tutorials. And I'll see you again soon. Bye!